beauty is such an intrinsic part of who we are as God's image bearers. But where does that fit? If you're talking to a pastor who seems like he's just trying to keep things together, how does he take this concept of beauty and play that out within the idea of sanctification in the Christian life? So how does that fit together?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like opportunities to incorporate beauty and appreciation of beauty into discipleship and sanctification. I mean, one that comes to mind, to go back to what I was saying about like the way that beauty and Sabbath are kind of concepts that are related. To me, one of the ways we go off track in our spiritual lives is by having a higher estimation of ourselves, right, than we should. And sometimes that takes the shape of thinking that we're more important, that the world will not function if we ever press pause or stop. So the kind of overworking mentality of like hustling all the time, just do, it's a prideful posture, because implicit in that is that, without you functioning full throttle all the time, that things will fall apart and the world will cease to function. I think it's actually a way to cultivate humility and kind of push back our pride to be able to say, I'm going to rest, I'm going to take a Sabbath, or when it comes to beauty, to say, I'm going to stop being productive for a few hours and I'm just going to receive something in the form of beauty or art. I'm going to sit still and rest in the abundance of who God is, as manifested in, a beautiful piece of music or a concert or a movie or whatever. So I think there's a lot that you can walk people through in terms of like, pride and humility and being okay being, not functioning so productively utilitarian all the time. And it's, so there's a whole like theology of Sabbath that I think you could use when you're talking about beauty. There's a great little book by a Catholic theologian, Joseph Pieper, called Leisure, the Basis of Culture. And he really goes into like a theology of leisure and rest and kind of makes a lot of connections to art and beauty. And that was a book that I drew from a lot as I wrote the chapter on beauty in the book.